I'm sure you've heard of the Toyota Supra. It's one of the most legendary cars ever to come out of Japan. Its 6-cylinder 2JZ engine has 2 turbochargers and produces about 300 horsepower from the factory. It can make over 2,000 with serious modifications. Anyway, stock it can do 0 to 60 in just 4.6 seconds and can reach speeds of up to 180 miles an hour. It's a fabulous car. Now this is the Geely Beauty Leopard, and there's no denying it. It certainly kind of looks like the Supra. Well, in the brochure it says that it was designed by an Italian design company, but it doesn't name which one. Anyway, looks aside, I think that this is a rather fascinating car with some weird and unusual quirks and features, which I shall explore in the following video. First of all, the name of the car. It's called the Geely Beauty Leopard. I'm sure this name will go down as one of the weirdest names ever to be attached to a car in history. And, the name sounds weird in Chinese too, so, yeah. Moving on. This thing came out in 2001 and was obviously influenced by the tuning style that was popular in the early 2000s, around the time of the first Fast and Furious movie, and also around the time that Too Sexy was born. Anyway, as a result of this, the Beauty Leopard has some interesting styling touches. The custom pinstriping down the sides and the interior. Oh, just look at the glorious interior. Look at that steering wheel and the amazing colour combinations. The kit fitted as standard also reflected this. It came fitted with a DVD player, a fridge, reversing radar, electric mirrors and windows, 2-tone leather seats and remote door locks. Oh, and did I mention that the Beauty Leopard was the first car
in the known world
to be fitted as standard with a karaoke machine. Yeah, I know. Seriously though, in China in 2001, the Chinese roads were filled with a sea of VWs, Buicks, Audis, Hyundais and Daewoo, and you see this thing rolling down the street. It must have seemed like a spaceship. And it didn't cost that much to buy compared to other cars of the time in China either. It cost about 70,000 yuan. And at the time, the cheapest VW Santana, which is basically a Passat from the 80s, that cost about 100,000 yuan. The Beauty Leopard was based on the Geely Yolio, which was one of the first saloons Geely built. The mechanical parts were largely unchanged, and it showed. The Beauty Leopard was no rocket ship. It was powered by a 1.3-litre 16-valve 4-cylinder Toyota 8A engine with double overhead cams that is actually distantly related to the 4AGE in the AE86. It produced a moderate 85.6 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. 0 to 60 miles an hour took just 12.5 seconds, and the top speed was not very high. The wind noise was pretty good compared to other Chinese-built saloons at the time, and it was also pretty stable. Performance, though, clearly wasn't a priority here. With the Beauty Leopard, Geely wasn't selling it for its performance, but rather its image, as is demonstrated in this commercial. The performance didn't matter, only the looks. In this sense, the Beauty Leopard is rather like the Ford Capri. It's an everyman's sports car. and that means it sold quite well in China, and Geely even released a facelifted version of it in 2006. Also, the Beauty Leopard was subjected to some rather dubious modifications by car enthusiasts. Anyway, the Beauty Leopard was China's first sports car, and after it there were several sports car attempts by Chinese manufacturers. There was the Geely China Dragon, the Zhonghua Coupe, the BYD S8, which is just a copy of the CLK, and none of them were particularly successful. So what's the future like for Chinese-built sports cars? Well, NIO, a Chinese Tesla rivaling EV startup, may give us a glimpse into the future. The NIO EP9 is an electric supercar that just lapped the Nürburgring faster than a Porsche 918. It has 4 motors putting out more than 1,300 horsepower and has a range of 400 kilometers. It also costs $1.2 million, so it's not exactly likely for you to see one soon. However, with Chinese car companies like Chery and Havao starting to target foreign markets with more sophisticated technology, and NIO soon to be releasing its Model X rival, maybe in a few years you'll see a Chinese sports car you'll actually want to buy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe to this channel for all things car related and Chinese.
Right into your mind. Deja vu, I just been in this place before.